Hydrotite have been called in to perform hot bolting works on a live piping system. Normally, bolt renewal has to be done during a plant shutdown. However, Hydrotite service offers the ability to perform bolt changeouts outside of a shutdown window without compromise to the operation's asset integrity. Today we're going to be working on a 1-inch Class 150 flange. Before work begins, our trained technicians carry out a thorough risk assessment to ensure that suitable mitigating factors have been considered. Once a system has been determined suitable for hot bolting, the flange and its bolts will be examined and assessed for corrosion, as well as checking the condition of the gasket. Before work commences, we conduct an equipment check and one last safety check for hazards in the area. To ensure efficient operations, our lead technician preps the equipment. As you can see, this flange is horizontally orientated. Our second technician will now assemble the MoreSafe onto the flange. Care is taken to orientate the top and bottom clamp segments at 90 degrees to each other. It interlocks and keeps the clamp in place. After we have tightened the MoreSafe, we will apply an initial torque load to the clamp. Now that the initial torque has been applied, we will deploy the backstops. Tightening the backstops to the design value, we proceed in a crisscross pattern. The backstop is a patent feature that ensures the bolt clamp load, when fully applied, does not transfer to the flange gasket. Not disturbing the gasket is a critical principle in preventing leaks, and this is one of the differentiating features of Hydrotite's offering. Next, we will apply a final torque value to the MoreSafe, again in a crisscross pattern. The clamp is secured. Before we commence to remove the bolts, I'd like to demonstrate some advantages of this design. Designed as per ASME 8 Division 2 guidelines. The open design allows for a variety of methods to remove the bolts, such as a nut splitter or hand torque tools to be used easily. Additionally, the MoreSafe bolt renewal clamp can be left on the flange temporarily and hence can be used to reinforce the flange in case bolt renewal is not possible. In the past, hot bolting is performed using the G-clamp principle, as illustrated. This features unstable design, constricts movement, hinders the use of nut splitters, increases load onto gaskets, increasing the chances of a leak, unable to be utilized in tight spaces, thus limiting its scope. And critically, it's not safe. Cutting back to our project, the MoreSafe has now been secured. The flange is stable. Starting with the bolt furthest away from the operator, each bolt is removed in a cross-pattern manner. No leak. This is a testament to the stability of the design. After each bolt is removed, they are replaced and torqued to 80% of the specified value. In this case, we have made an equal stud protrusion as per the customer's request. This process is then repeated for all bolts. Now the flange bolts will be tightened to its final torque value. Having removed the old nuts and bolts, it's clear that Hydrotite were here on time. Now to disassemble. Starting with the MoreSafe bolt furthest away from the operator, he works his way around in a crisscross manner. And there you go, a safe and efficient change out of bolts.
the world's installations are aging. Corrosion, fatigue, and years of wear and tear are making asset integrity a growing challenge, both offshore and onshore. Stud bolt corrosion on pressurized flanges poses a particular risk of high consequence failures. Maintaining live connections usually has to wait until a scheduled shutdown. But failures don't have a diary. A solution was needed. A way to safely replace corroded bolts on smaller live flanged connections without disrupting production. Stork Technical Services got to work.
The challenge was to find a way to replace corroded bolts while maintaining the joint integrity of the assembled connection. The Stork team began by designing a hydraulic system to apply even compression to the joint. Existing ultrasonic measuring technology was then reverse engineered to accurately measure the load on the bolts. New bespoke hardware then had to combine a robust clamp design with a miniature tension tool capable of generating sufficient force while small enough to work in tight spaces. And the result? The hot bolt clamp.
Prototypes were developed and tested extensively in the harsh North Sea environment.
The ultrasonic bolt load monitor first assesses the datum length of each bolt. 4 hot bolt clamps are placed around the connection, adjusted, and an even hydraulic compression applied. During load application by the clamps, the offload of each individual bolt is recorded.
The bolts are then individually replaced and tightened to replicate the original bolt extension. Hydraulic pressure is then gradually released to precisely reinstate the connection to its original state.
The hot bolt clamp is a game changer. Equipped with a range of sizes to suit a range of connections, a small 2-man team can now replace weak or corroded bolts on live connections quickly and safely.